All right. Here we are, baby. How do I get my guitar in the frame and my chihuahua? There we go. If anyone has any questions, drop them in the chat. Questions, drop them here. Great. And we're in, baby. We are so in. Yeah, this time really is just for anyone who has question is, what are you doing gig-wise these days? I'm taking this year, I told all of the artists I play with and all of the musical directors here in Los Angeles, don't call me for any tours. I do not want to be on tour this year. Touring is great, and it's all I've done for the last 10 years. And I'm trying to just focus more on production and writing with artists here in LA. And then also, I'm really just trying to take a year to like grow my website, my YouTube channel, because these are all more long-term, long-term business plans and could support a family one day, versus touring is like, it is great. It is decent money, but you are always gone. I'd like missed some of my best friends' weddings on tour. Like, touring is amazing. I've had the best times of my existence on earth on tour, but you also got to kind of, dial it back every now and then and kind of just touch some grass. And I got this little guy with me, so, life isn't so bad. Let's see, what's the best way to learn double stops and incorporate them when doing guitar licks? Great question. Practice them with simple things, like practice your double stops. Take minor pentatonic scale. And then just go up and down the scale playing double stops or two notes at the same time, just using notes from the pentatonic scale. And then work on things like sliding, slide into each one from below and from above. And then you can combine the two. Obviously, it's very exaggerated here for this example, but that's a really great way. And then you can branch out from there and start using things from the major scale, maybe. You can experiment with adding chromatics, experiment with sliding. So that's really the best way to attack double stops. Let's see, I'm really having technique problems while playing on higher frets, because you were a formerly acoustic player. Do you have tips on how to? Absolutely. First of all, it's going to depend on what kind of guitar you have, right? Like my guitar, as we get up here, I have quite a fat chunk, especially if you have like a Telecaster or something, you're going to have an even fatter chunk. So the thumb, you'll notice, how do I show you this? Like, we're playing, we get to the top, and now all of a sudden the thumb kind of stops here on the heel of the neck. So our fingers aren't used to the experience of, of having our thumb be so far away, right? Especially if you have 24 frets, you're going to be all the way up. So the biggest thing that helped me play in the smaller frets is, first of all, utilizing the pinky whenever you can. It's a tiny finger. It's going to help you out. And it'll also increase your dexterity and speed with your pinky. And then also not pushing down too hard. I just made a YouTube video on this, actually. I think it came out like a couple days ago. If you push as hard as you can on a fret, or as physically light as you can, I'm barely touching, like I'm barely resting my finger on the string. If you use that philosophy of like a light touch, it makes playing up here way, way easier, especially if you're coming from an acoustic guitar where you're really having to push down on a heavier gauge, higher action. Yeah, that should help you. Let's see. I need help on where to start on your website. I've kind of swanted through a few months of membership, not being sure where to start. Absolutely. If you go to the website, there is in the community section. If you haven't checked that out yet, totally check that out. Also, side note, when you join the community, if you log in for the first time, it forces you to upload a picture. And that's something that I'm unable to remove, just a platform thing. So make sure you do that. You'll get in there, and I have a bunch of roadmaps, which are literally like guides on how to use my website, kind of which classes to take in order, depending on your goals. So there's like a music theory one, there's a technique one, there's a soloing one, there's a rhythm guitar one. I would recommend starting there. And yeah, if you have any questions, just shoot me. Honestly, just email me. Email me your goals, and I'll just send you what I think you should work on. Absolutely. How to play George Benson style octaves in triple stops? Great question. The George Benson thing, which he really got from Wes Montgomery, I can't do them. I'm freaking horrible at them. Absolute garbage. I tried to get it. I used to practice these for hours in college when I was back at Berkeley, and I because I had like a Benson phase. I'm not good at them. And I don't know if this is me just like my ego talking, but I don't think they sound good. I personally don't like it. It sounds like fanny pack jazz to me. I don't like the effect, and I think the effect is that the double octave on the guitar isn't that effective. Versus so if I think of a way to practice them better, I'll let you know. But basic fundamentals is being able to mute all the other strings, so it doesn't sound like, right? So having a good mute control with the left hand. I'm just using my middle and my ring rather. Or these two, my middle and my pinky, depending on what strings I'm on, to mute the others. Yeah, check them out in the forum. I'm really trying to get the forum popping, and people aren't logging in and commenting on it, but we're going to figure out like a competition or something. Since you're not touring or open to giving lessons, I might be. Keep an eye on my Instagram like this upcoming week. I might open like 3 or 4 slots for private lessons, depending on what the next month or two looks like, it's scheduling and studio wise. But I've had a couple people bugging me about that, so I'm thinking about doing that. Secret to getting 163K followers: posting literally every freaking day for like 8 years, maybe longer. 2016, I started really posting on Instagram, and it took relentless posting. Sometimes I post twice a day, and I finally got over 10,000 followers like, years and years ago. And it was like, wow. And then it just kept building. And then now it's dead. It like, I'm stuck wherever I'm at right now. And also Instagram doesn't show any of my videos to my followers. If I look at my demographics, it's like 98% sending it to new people, which you think would be good, but it's actually bad, because if you hit follow and you want to follow me, you would ideally be seeing the stuff that you're wanting from me. But anyways, I don't mess with Instagram anymore. I'm trying to get on YouTube, because people seem like they actually, when someone follows you, they like follow you for real. And it seems like YouTube actually sends your content to those people. Thinking of applying to Berklee. Any tips for the audition? God, if I could go back in time and tell myself not to stress out about my Berklee audition, that would be amazing. Don't stress out about the audition. The biggest thing that I can say is prepare for your prepared piece. Just play something that reflects your style, something that you like. Don't play what you think they want, because then you won't get in. Play if you do some crazy metal thing, do that. Absolutely. And then just work on ear training, transcribe by ear, do as much as you can by ear. Let's see, can you play African style guitar? It'd be really fun. I actually have been listening to some really amazing African guitarists, and the rhythm is nuts. It's very hard. It's some of the hardest stuff that you can play, in my opinion, to really lock into that pocket. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, those octaves are hard, But even when I hear George Benson or Wes Montgomery do it, I don't like the sound of it personally. And that's just a me thing. So you failed your first time. It's totally fine. So many people do. It also, like, what you have to take into account is, like, it can also just be like wrong place, wrong time. Like, if one of the people who's judging, I don't know, what do you call it? The judge who's auditioning you, like, is having a bad day, it can be the difference of getting in and not getting in. You know what I mean? I would totally reapply again if you're trying to do that. And yeah, taking lessons with any of the teachers there is sick. What's better, 22 or 24 frets? I only own 22 fret guitars, and I get jealous of people with 24 sometimes, but it's totally a personal preference. It's like, do you want mayonnaise or mustard on your sandwich? There's no right or wrong. It's just like what you like. Yeah. The smooth jazz dudes eat that up. See, I can't do it. You found my greatest weakness is double stop. Double stops. Not double stops. Octaves. Do you live in Boston, or are you auditioning somewhere else? Oh, dude, weaknesses. I got tons to work on. I can't play fast either. Like, all the stuff that sounds fast, I just got a couple licks like on lock, like the. Like, I mean, it's gonna sound like shit clean, right? What is it? Like, I have my showstopper licks that I play like on pop gigs, and everyone's like, "Woo, wow!" But when it comes to like as fast as I can pick, it's not fast. That's my top speed right there. I mean, I can play faster with hammer-ons and pull-offs. But when it comes to physically just picking, Can't pick fast, but if you can fake it, like if I do these pentatonic runs with hammer-ons and pull-offs, you're like, wow, you can play really fast. But guess what? I can't. Watching these old VHS Larry Carlton video lessons, those are sick. Hell yeah. When adding chromatics to a pentatonic or diatonic scale, do you really think about the notes? Both. I do skim through and hope for the best, and I think about the notes. Like if I'm playing through changes, whatever, like a 2-5-1, for example. I'm going to target the third or the seventh, so if I'm going, right. It's such an effective way to land. But when it comes to pentatonics, I just use the pentatonic scale as an outline, and every note in between is available. Done, right? So I might just be making shit up and hoping for the best. Like, as long as you play chromatics confidently, you can get away with murder. It's crazy, honestly. Let's see. Will your new old website sign and work on your new website? No, it won't, but you should have received an email from me like 3 or 4 weeks ago now with your new login information. If you haven't, send me an email and I will resend that login information to you. And that email is support@drmusic.com. That's the email. support@thedentaldoctormusic.com. Send that email and then I'll send you, I'll get you squared away right away. Very easy. What's the best entryway to neo soul stuff? The best entryway to anything is listening. Listen to your favorite artists, find your favorite artists, find your favorite songs, find your favorite records, and then learn them. Ideally, you learn them by ear. That's the best way. One of my best jazz teachers at Berkeley told me if I wanted to learn anything, any style, and I was struggling with jazz at the time, he said, you have to transcribe 100 solos in whatever style you want to learn, and then you'll be able to play that style. And I was like, easy answer. You're off the hook. Started doing it, and like 30 solos in, I was like, wait a minute. I get it. And then 60 solos in, I was like, oh, I'm playing jazz now. And then like 100 solos in, I'm like, oh shit, I get it. I can play jazz now. So that's the only answer I got for you there. When you say major, minor, pentatonic, are they the same notes? Why are they different named to them? They are, sure. It just depends. It's the same thing as relative minor, major, and minor keys. If I say C major or A minor, same notes, but the reason you would differentiate between one or the other is how the harmony is functioning or the song. If I say I'm not going to say a song that's in the key of A minor. Clearly, the melody is screaming A minor. The chords are screaming A minor. I'm not going to call that C major. That's just not what it is, right? If I have a song that goes like this, and the melody's going, does this this sound like your home, or does that sound like home? No, that's your home, right? So A minor. But in a different case, if I'm going now, what sounds like home? Does this sound like home, or does that sound like home? Doesn't sound like home anymore. So C or A minor, relative major minor. If you want more on this, not to plug my own stuff, but check out my intro music theory 101. It's a music theory 101 course, and it goes over all this stuff in very deep detail, but is very approachable and easy. If you've never done an ounce of theory in your life, you would be able to understand it. What ways do arpeggios help you in blues and rock as opposed to a jazz thing? Great question. I do use arpeggios more in, blues or jazz, obviously funk stuff, but you can be rocking out with arpeggios. I'll tell you that, because I'll mainly stick to triad arpeggios, in a rock song. If I'm doing like an A thing in the key of A, I'm just thinking all triads and all arpeggios. So you're never not going to be benefiting from knowing them. I'll tell you that. Even Friolito agrees. That's my guy. Love this guy, dude. Look at this guy. Great dog. Greatest guy to ever live. I'll tell you that. What else we got? What else got for me? What else you got? I've always wanted to learn gypsy jazz. I have like a wet dream of like going to Paris for a year and just studying. I would love to be able to just rip that stuff. It's so freaking hard though. Like even just the rhythm playing is debatably harder than the soloing. Like the so hard. Gypsy jazz is insane. Your biggest guitar hot take? My biggest guitar hot take is I don't like the guitar. And I hate most guitar players, including myself. I just don't like it. I like 4 guitar players. I like Derek Trucks, Ted Green, Lenny Breau, Santana, Jimi Hendrix, Slash. I guess there's a few. But in terms of like modern players, there's not a lot that I like. I don't know. I way prefer like vocalists or sax, piano. If the key root starts with a major chord, how do you know to build from that? I don't know what you mean. Like you mentioned earlier, A minor, but the root not being C. Oh, I'm just saying like what key you're in. Like you're either in the key of G, or you're in the key of F, or you're in the key of B flat or E flat. It just depends. Yeah, whatever key you're in is what key you're in. Yeah, see, I mean, yeah, Gary Clark Jr., like they're all amazing players. Like I love them. Joe Bonamassa, not my cup of tea. Amazing player, and I can't do half the shit that guy can do. I just don't. I just like got stuck playing guitar. It basically knocked on my door when I was 10 and was like, "I'm moving in, bitch. Get ready." And I was like, "Well, shit. I guess I'm stuck with you now." You know what I mean? I mean, I love playing guitar, but I hate it. Can't explain it to you. It's like a really toxic, like hot girlfriend that you just can't get rid of. You know what I mean? I don't really write many lyrics now. Usually in the sessions I have in LA here, there's songwriters, maybe one or two songwriters. Does it affect your social life? Does guitar affect my social life? No, not at all. Maybe it did in college because I was like, I didn't go out, I didn't drink, I didn't do anything in college. I literally just practiced guitar. That's just because I wanted to. It wasn't like affecting my social life. You're a painter and disliking contemporaries. Yeah, you get it. Yep. Did hear hot and toxic, or toxic and hot. What are you doing in here? Are we going to the park after this or what? All right. Have you heard of the L chord? I haven't. Enlighten me. It's a masterclass for all levels. I have different masterclasses for different levels. For example, there's beginner class. There's an absolute beginner class. There's a class where if you've never touched a guitar in your entire life and it's your first day, there's a whole 7-day learning pathway for that. And then there's also classes on beginner theory, how to apply the theory to the guitar. There's a great class called Back to Basics, which teaches you all of the basics that you should know before you take any other class ever, in my opinion. So yeah, you can work your way through no matter where you're at. How do you overcome your stage fright or low self-esteem? Low self-esteem is just something that everyone will experience at some point for different reasons across life. I don't think it has to be music related. So if you're feeling like your stage fright is causing you to have low self-esteem, then it's time to conquer the stage fright. I used to have really bad stage fright. And I think the reason it happens is if you're not doing it a lot. It's just like a normal reaction. It is not normal for someone to get up in front of hundreds or thousands of people and do something. I'd say like 99% of the world population never does that. It's not something you do in nature. Like, do you ever see elephants gathering in the thousands and one elephant doing? No, it's like not in human nature to necessarily do that. And doing it more and more, you become more comfortable, right? It's like the first day you learned your C chord, it sounded like this. Your fingers hurt, you couldn't play it. And you were like, geez, what the heck? And then you started doing it a lot. Now you can just play a C chord, right? Literally is the same shit. I used to be like shitting my pants. I would get all like shaky and nervous and then like get on stage and be like, holy shit, like I forgot everything I was practicing is gone. I don't know how to play guitar. And then you do it and you do it and then it becomes boring. It becomes boring after a while. You want to remember the notes on the neck, being able to, as well as the E strings. Any tips on how to get there? Part of it is stop being a dummy and do it, but also the way I learned the whole neck was by learning all of my triads. So like I just learned, if you learn C, E, G everywhere up and down the neck, then you can find all the other notes. Like if I know C, E, G, if I know G, I know G sharp or A flat, and I know G flat or F sharp. If I know where E is, I know where F is or E flat or D sharp. If I know where C is, I know where C sharp or B is. You know what I mean? And that's like almost every single note. So it's really all you got to do. I could take song requests. 99% chance I don't know the song because I don't listen to music. I barely listen to music anymore. And when I do, it's music that's probably not going to be requested. Benson amps are the best. It's really all you can play these days. No, I mean they're amazing. I like Fender amps too. Fender and Benson are the only amps I really play. Oh, thanks. I love that song. It's like the happiest shit I've ever wrote. Been a while. All of my session work is in person in LA. Yeah, there's like no online session work that I've done. Getting into it, I mean, like at this point, I've just been here so long, and I've worked with so many artists that I just like have met so many producers, and I'm trying to like produce myself too. It's just a matter of like being here or wherever, Nashville, New York, and doing it, you know? I know that's an annoying answer, but like one gig leads to the next, always. The idea of doing big name actors like you seems amazing. How did you get the connections to do those gigs? I just moved here to LA. I got so lucky when I moved here. I met this dude who, I was just talking to him. I was going out 7 nights a week to shows and around the area, songwriter rounds, open mics, shows, jams. I was everywhere always. And I met this guy like the first 3 weeks I moved here, who was like, "Oh, I'm starting this like Craigslist kind of thing for musicians to get gigs. So like, if you want to go to an audition, I'll throw you an audition, and then you can write a review for the website." I was like, amazing. Did the thing, got the audition, and then I went on tour for like 6 months, and it was for a Disney artist. And through that, I met a couple of musical directors. I met a lot of managers. I met all these people who then just like, you do a good job, and then they're like, "Oh, well, I have another artist here," and then, "Oh, you have another person," and then, "Oh, this," you know what I mean? And then it just multiplies, and then there you go. So it's, yeah, it just all like pretty much I can boil down almost every gig I've had, like big gig I've had, from my friend Max Bernstein, who plays guitar for Taylor Swift. He's calls me for everything, and it's like the reason I have a roof above my head. And he taught me how to rock on guitar, because when I moved here, I was all like, and he was like, play a D chord or an E chord, and I was like, and I couldn't rock, and then he taught me how to rock. Oh, thanks, dude. You don't have to. I've never had someone send me money on a live. That's crazy. Wow. Frijolito will definitely be getting a treat, and he's going to be stoked. Frijo, someone bought you a treat. Yeah. Someone bought you a treat. Can you believe it? They said, "Oh, he's so cute. We got to get him a treat." Love it. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I genuinely did not know that was a thing you could do on on lives. Oh, dude, I love dogs. I foster a lot and work with some rescues here in LA, and it's like, this dude is my life. Yeah, he just heard the mailman. I love him more than guitar, more than music. It's he's my guy. It's my freaking guy right there. Huh? He had a rough week. We had to go to the vet a couple times. He got a little sick, but he's feeling better today. Today's the first day you're feeling better, huh, bud? Yeah, good boy. I don't even think his name is Frijolito. I don't even think Frijolito likes guitar, to be honest. Every time I play it, he's like, what? What is that? He's like, what is that? Do you know Mateus? I do, actually. Funny story. My old neighbor was this dude named Yas. He's like this insane Japanese guitar player. And Mateus would like always be staying at his apartment when he would be out on tour. So I'd be like out in my freaking boxers at like 7 a.m. walking my dogs, like out of bed, like a zombie, and Mateus would just be out there kicking it. Yeah, dude. That's how you know that's wifey material right there. That's how I feel like that's how you earn your wings. You earn your angel wings. by taking care of dogs. You don't need to get angry. It's okay. It's just the mailman. He's not going to do anything. Maybe he's bringing you a treat. Anyways, we're going to wrap this up. You guys, any other questions? Let me know anytime. Also, keep an eye out for, I finished filming today. I'm making a 5-week intermediate solo pathway program, whatever you want to call it. And it's going to be free. I'm going to put it on YouTube, and we're going to do 1 lesson a week for 5 weeks, and we're going to see how it goes. See if people like it. If they don't, we won't do it again. If they do, we'll do it again. Anyways, yeah, thanks for being here. We do live streams like this once a month for members on my website, thedonutdoctor.com. We're doing it on YouTube right now because I'm still setting up the back end to be able to host these on my new website. And yeah, thanks everyone for being here, and see you next time. Have a great week.